had no technical difficulties since.
Last week I went out at the end, like
Oh
I didn't
well,
even
that you
know what
know
was
what's so
happening.
funny
But I
because
realized our memory was full, so yeah.
mm,
So I
the
took
funny
that.
thing about it is I'm trying to share it from Facebook. You already know. Um, we haven't really had no technical difficulties since that retrograde or whatever.
A retrograde.
Renegade was it renegade or retrograde?
Renegade is retrograde. Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, I said it.
Everybody blames everything on retrograde. It
I
don't
know, but
it
it's
can't be all that.
when we got that devil out of our house. It was just
You talk
better.
about something else. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Whoa, whoa there.
I'm crying.
All
Um,
right. Set the intro. Let's go.
let's go.
As always, welcome back to your new favorite podcast. And as always, I'm your favorite's favorite Mason. And
You already know it's your girl Kori Deez, aka Lemon Squeeze, aka the host and host, aka the vessel, aka for you today.
you hit that intro really fast today. I was like, wait a minute, I gotta get to the gunshots. Hold on. It's in a new
I know.
place. Oh my
You know
gosh.
what? Sometimes I feel like my sound effects be like overriding
Your AKAs.
my AKAs, and they're so important.
You
They
think
describe
nobody's hearing your AKAs? They don't know what you're saying.
if you
They don't
know
know
what.
you're saying you're the wholesome vessel.
No, see, you even got it wrong. You my freaking co-host.
But I like that. The wholesome. I took two names and I combined it into one and gave you like a
Bruh.
hybrid name. What's
Bruh.
going on? What's happening? What's popping?
The holiday
Whoa.
popping.
Whoa.
Okay. Hold on.
Whoa.
I hear you over here. And you just share it like that. Just
Eight.
but the holiday was popping.
Definitely.
First of all, you tried to hit me with you tried to pull a me on me just now.
How so, Sway?
Like, what's popping? I'm like, oh, you called me off guard. That's my line.
That definitely is your line. That definitely is your line. But it's just us today. So it's not like we got other people for you to be super polite to. You're always polite to the guests. You're like, Mason, yeah, what's popping? What's going on?
Yeah, because you're my bro. So
We're
that's
family.
how I talk to you, your family. So at the end of the day, what's popping? I want to say it because it doesn't feel right if I just go like it didn't feel right. So
I
what's
agree.
popping, Mason?
What's
I didn't
going on? What's
I didn't
going
speak to you
on?
all weekend. This is a curse him out. This is my curse him out hand. This is me and you listening.
It's Thanksgiving. We was both busy. Don't act like you wasn't busy. You had a
I
good time
was.
too. I had a good time. It was Thanksgiving. Got to get together with the family. Relaxed. Didn't go out. Stayed in. Thanksgiving dinner was great. Had that with my kids and relaxed and chilled. Watched movies. The wholesome, no doing extra stuff, and that was actually great. I can't tell you how amazing it is to just chill sometimes and not do too much, and doing not so much is exactly what is needed sometimes.
You know what? I like that. I like that you said that because I feel like I did um a lot of family things. I hung out with the kids and my little brothers and sisters and my mom, and it was just like so much fun. And
That's needed sometimes. Sometimes you just need family time. It's not always got to be. It's not always got to be a turn up. We don't always got to get crazy and get lit.
yeah, I made coquito. Me and Lady
Oh,
made coquito on the phone. We cooked Thanksgiving dinner together on the phone. Thank you. Shout outs to Secretary.
how does that work? How do y'all taste each other's food if you're cooking on one
It
end?
was just like, bitch, did you seasoning it up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you do it right? How you know when to stop? Are you over there measuring? The coquito was interesting. She really taught me how to do that, and that was great. It was an interesting experience. I mean, I think it was good.
Now, coquito is very particular. I don't like everybody's coquito. Some people
Mine was
have
slapping.
extra shit in it, and I'm just like, I'm good on that.
I think mine came straight from a Puerto Rican's, book. I think. I just want to say that. But we went ice skating. My
Oh,
son
how was
didn't
that?
want to go. He wanted to hang out with his cousins. I saw like a lot of my family members. And first of all, we were so rude. We did not say happy Thanksgiving to our family in the audience, our Hush and Mouth family.
Oh,
Shout outs to y'all.
happy belated Thanksgiving.
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
I don't know. Is that a thing?
I don't
It's
know.
a thing now. It's a thing now. We just made it a thing. We're
Listen,
innovative.
last year I had Thanksgiving. I did. So that was dope. I just make up my own shit.
You didn't even know what Friendsgiving was. I actually had to teach you Friendsgiving. I'm like, you didn't know what Friendsgiving
I've never been to one. I don't think I have any friends. So I think it's for Friendsgiving. Or what is it? Friendsgiving. You have to have friends first. And
I think you have a few friends.
Yeah, but I'm always the one throwing the events at my house.
Oh. Well, you have the space. Game night was lit.
Game night was lit. I want to do.
Kelly changed the rules. Was changing the rules.
Kelly changed the rules. Won a hoodie that game night.
She did. Because she changed all the rules. Yo, she better have one. If you don't change and make up all the rules to every single game, you should win. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't. She
outdrunk everyone, Mason.
She should definitely win.
Anyway, let's jump into this. First of all, so we have guests coming on later. Hush and Mouth family members from the audience. As usual. We just don't have nobody here in person with us right now, which is fine. We appreciate all of our family. We definitely want y'all to comment. We want y'all to like. We want y'all to subscribe. We want y'all to share. Last week was a super dope episode, both days. Thursday was a replay, Power Love Part 1. Shout outs to Dr. Walker. Shout outs to me, Mel, Jason. Part 1?
That's it. Do we have
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? That's it. Like, that's it for me. That's all that matters.
I love Part 2. Corinne was on Part 2. So shout out to everybody.
Everybody who was there, who watched it the first time, who watched it the second time. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate it.
And what else? Tuesday's episode, hilarious.
We were gonna populate the world with 10 men. Y'all all wanted the same 10 men to repopulate the world. Wasn't that a point?
We had Mr. Namin, aka Vaughn. Shout out to him. Thank you.
My man Vaughn. Shout him out.
We had Sade come on. Shout outs to her. She was talking about penises getting shots off, coochies getting shot off. It went crazy. Tuesdays is our little ratchet days.
Don't forget my man Speedy too. My man Speedy came through.
Of course, I wasn't going to forget Speedy because he always comes through. And it's funny, his name, he's always the last one to answer, but that's because he's taking everything in. But shout out to my man Speedy for coming through, dropping the jewelry and thinking that we need to learn something.
Speedy be looking at y'all like y'all absolutely crazy. He gives you the look like, oh my God, what is she talking about?
He just want to tell us, hush your mouth. Hush your mouth.
All the time.
Hey, who been she checking in? Welcome to Hush Your Mouth, girl. So y'all know Tuesdays is our Talk to Me Tuesday segment. Where we usually do the news, right? Before we did our mental health check-in. We're cool. I had a really good weekend. You had a good weekend. So
Did you hear about Virgil?
Who?
Virgil. Designer of Off-White, head of men's design for Louis Vuitton, passed away on Sunday. So he was battling cancer since 2019, I believe, silently, and he passed away on Sunday. So
wow. Well, may
rest in peace.
Yes, absolutely.
That man was ahead of his time. He was the first to do a lot of things, including be the head of menswear at a large fashion house. So, he definitely came, created, and left his mark on the world.
I give him his applause.
his last and also this weekend is Art Basel. I don't know if you know about Art Basel, but Art Basel is in Miami. It's where a bunch of artists gather to show some of their work, and it's become some sort of a pop thing now. So a lot of people go to Miami with not the intention of seeing art, but with the intention of just having a good time. So, but Art Basel is coming up this weekend.
I think I've seen pictures and videos from Art Basel, but I never really knew what it was. That's what it was called. But I definitely follow a variety of different types of people who are and people who be in Miami a lot. So they probably heard, oh, this is what's happening. And they was in Miami like, hey. So
it's become a movement. It's become a movement. But it was originally for artists to show off their artwork and unknown artists and things like that for them to get some exposure. And it just became this event.
I would go to something like that though. I like
That's
art.
dope.
Let's go to a museum side panel in Mason.
Let's go to a museum. I like museums.
Let's go to like a museum exhibit. We need to do some team building stuff, like out in the world, like the escape room.
We're not going to like the sex museum or anything, right?
That's a cool museum too. I'm into it.
I've never been.
All types of art.
She said all types of art.
Whatever art they got out there, I want to be in it. I do art. I paint. You know that, Mason.
I'm gonna let that go. Whatever type of art there is, I want to be in it. I want to do it.
Yes. So I paint. You saw my paintings in my house. I'm an artist. I come from a long line of artists. Shout out to my grandfather, the great Milton Paradise Williams. Paradise Forever. Yes, that's a real thing. Andy Warhol has pictures with my grandfather. Or had. They both had. Anyway,
rich history.
Yes, I really do. Like that's why I like to. Anyway, all right. So today's episode, loving the crew.
Ooh.
So basically, when Side Panel sent this episode out this morning.
Tell them what I said.
He had the embarrassment. I was like, oh my gosh, like Mason, what happened? It's crazy. I was laughing about it though. I didn't know. We didn't talk about it. She just came up with that. Shout out to Side Panel.
Shout out to all the hoes running through the crew.
Why they gotta be hoes? Wait a minute.
Nothing wrong with hoes. Can't spell home without a hoe.
You cannot spell home without a hoe. That's the thing here on Hush and Mouth.
According to certain people.
1242. No, you can't. So hoes are absolutely necessary. How you display this type of behavior is really what's important. You can be a hoe with class. Ain't no classy hoes? I think it is.
It is. I think there is. Shout out to the classy hoes.
It's different levels. We talked about. First of all, I was like, boy.
Listen, I like Bernice.
I like her too.
sips wine or sips whatever's in that cup. Go ahead, man. What you gonna say?
Let's jump into it, I guess. I mean, are we waiting for our guest?
Nah, let's talk. It's me and you tonight.
Yeah. Is it off limits to date your friends, relatives, or exes? So like.
When I first read this, I thought she was asking if it's okay for us to date our relatives. I'm like, nah, I've never dated my relatives. I've never had any relative interaction. Friends, yeah, I think your relationships are based on, or good relationships are based on friendship. So I think it's a good idea to be friends with the person that you're dating before you start dating them. But my friends' exes is another question, and I've never really dated my friend's ex.
I don't think she meant like to be friends with the person.
No, I answered that part, and then I said my friend's exes. I've never really dated my friend's exes. That's something totally.
You never had your friend's ex try to hit on you and be like,
yeah, but I've never dated them.
Oh, that's a story.
And you know what's funny? I've dated people that I'm like, you know what? I made the wrong choice. Maybe I should have, dated this person instead, because this person is a way better person than this person that I ended up dating. But sometimes the more aggressive female in the group is the one that I initially talked to, but then I realized, nah, you know what? The other one was probably the better one. I have a particular one in mind that I'm thinking about. So, but it's definitely those type of scenarios. And that friend is such a good friend that she won't even As much as she may like me, she may never make that move across that line. So shout out to her for being a good friend.
Shout outs to her. Oh, so you did shoot your shot though, like you did let
No,
her.
no, no. I just get the vibe that there is nothing that's gonna happen there, and I think it's better that way anyway. So I would rather not. So you kind of move away from that type of chemistry. You never had this scenario where you make a decision and you're like, it's better, even though we have chemistry. No, look at your face. Even though we have chemistry, it's probably not a good idea for us to date. No. Nah, you're like, fuck it.
I'm gonna think about
You
it.
live once.
Let me think about
YOLO.
how you're asking me this question so I can answer. I think sometimes a pause is needed because I just be ready to just jump out the window and be like, what? I think in my adult years, I don't make myself seem as though I'm available in that way or interested in that way. I've learned to kind of like turn that off. So I don't even notice other people or like take a liking to people in that way. I'm not open. My spirit and my soul and me as a person, I'm not open to that. But was there a time that I didn't? What you asked me? Is there a time that
Was there a time where you decided, it's better that we don't date? Like, say for instance, you see the friend, and the friend looks fine too, but the person you're dealing with, they're like, that the sparks isn't as strong, but there's some connection between you and the friend.
Dated an ex's relative. I definitely dated a friend. Definitely did. So
you dated an ex's relative?
Definitely dated his brother. Didn't care.
His brother. Same mother, same father?
Same mom, not the same dad. That's a little extreme.
It means they live in the same household if it's the same mom.
We grew up in the same motherfucking house, though. Yeah, we did. I asked permission though.
Did they ask permission to each other? Like, yo, they should have a tighter bond than you asking permission. Like, I think you were probably the least on the totem pole. Like, they should have had a more of a connection where they should have felt some type of way dating their brother's ex.
I don't think it was like that. I think that it was more so like the person who I was with initially, right? Mm-hmm. It was really no real chemistry there. It was like, there was no chemistry that can grow from there. There was just there was no looking up from there. So it was just more like a fun type of situation. Now, the brother and I had like a different type of bond and like chemistry. So when he did approach me, like, hey, like, I like you, like, what's up? Like, and I'm like, so.
And that's not suspect? You don't question his character?
No, because he didn't know that I was like messing with his brother. It was a secret thing. We were all a gang of friends.
And you think his brother never said nothing to his brother? Like, brothers never talked?
I'm not saying that brothers don't talk. I'm just saying.
He was like, I hit it and it was great. You should have some too. Yo, that happened to me one time. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, what? You said what to her? You said I'm good. You should have some too.
Girls do the same thing though.
Yes.
So I wouldn't even be offended if that was the case. I really wouldn't be offended because I still made a choice, a personal choice.
I was offended when it was said about me. I was like, what do you like? How you passing me off? Like I'm some sort of like, here you go. It was a good ride. You should have it too.
Well, honestly, I don't think that this person spoke about this type of stuff because we weren't like he was so much older than me that it shouldn't have even been a thing.
So you don't think he had a good time? You don't think he recommended you? He didn't give you like a Yelp 5-star review?
Definitely got a 5-star review. Definitely got a 5-star. No, I was a beginner though, honestly. I was a beginner. These were my beginners.
Maybe he taught you some things. Sometimes it's good to have beginners so you can teach him exactly what you want.
Relax. Hey, bro.
So he taught you. There's nothing wrong with him teaching you.
I don't think he taught me anything.
Yo, you totally shoot this man down. I'm trying to give him some sort of props. Like,
no, I'm a grown woman now. So, when I look back on these things, I'll be like, you know what I mean? Yeah, no. But what's going on? Okay.
That's not me. You're a busy woman tonight.
Apparently, blow me up. Excuse me, I'm on my pod. Look at the time. The date is Tuesday. Yeah, so I just think that It depends on the situation. I think it depends on the situation, how it's presented. If the person respects you, like these people still to this day have the utmost respect for me. I don't feel like that was no real whole shit for real. And I could say that like with like a straight face and be serious about it. They're both still my friends. We're still like not friends like tight. We talk every day. None of that crazy stuff. But when we see each other, it's always gonna be all love, and I'm not looked at like that. Yeah, no. And I was a teenager. We were just living our teenage lives.
I mean, I've had situations where two girls were friends, and to get back at one friend, the other friend tried to smash.
Now,
is that the same thing? I think I'm a victim in that scenario.
Well, wait, you took the bait?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't with the first person, so I just.
I think that makes it the difference. Like, if this is a long-term relationship, like if I'm with you for years, I'm definitely not gonna be fucking smashing your brother or your man's. Like, that's crazy.
I think this was like a neighbor and neighborhood friend.
She shouldn't even knew you. She shouldn't.
Why not? I come to the neighborhood. You should.
I don't care. That's too close for comfort. But I do think that it's different when it becomes when it's a friendship type of thing. I don't think.
Wait, brothers is one thing, and then a friendship is different. I want to hear this explanation. Go ahead.
I'm saying for me, smashing one of my friends, a significant others. I have never smashed. I'm lying. I'm lying. I lied. Okay, hold on. Let me get it together.
You didn't lie. You just omitted some of the truth.
No, because I think it depends on the level of friendship, and I think everything is a case by case scenario when it comes to that. And I don't think I'm gonna leave it there. It's a case by case scenario because how can I say this? So the person who like I dealt with their significant other, they wasn't significant others at the time. They were like divorced, right?
Yes.
And
I just remember.
It's like, huh?
I just remember the story. Continue.
They were divorced, and she was cool with me, but she was like, I was talking to her. She was like my little chick, and initially, you really were like, you would have been open to maybe possibly a threesome with your ex-husband, but I ended up just doing it on my own. Okay. But we had a friendship.
You was giving her some leadership.
That's horrible. And you know what? I don't know if the friendship could be salvaged because she never spoke to me again. Maybe because she really disclosed to me how so many other people in her life, like from cousins to like aunts to like grandmothers and shit, like had slept with her husband, like friends of family.
Her friends and all her friends, like a
all
good
her
amount.
Friends had slept with her husband. Like a lot of these people that was surrounding her had slept with her husband, and it was.
There's more to that story. Something's wrong right there.
Well, they were doing like the threesomes in the beginning, right? They were open to welcoming someone in, and see sometimes that could go bad because now people think that you don't have any boundaries for your relationship. So if you don't really care, why do I care? I'm not saying that that's okay. I'm just telling y'all how people could probably think a little something. I don't know.
Man, listen, that's where somebody has to check somebody else. That's where you have to be as the man. You can't accept
everybody. Who's supposed to be loyal in that situation? Was the husband? The husband. You were her ex-husband. You shouldn't have slept with her aunt. Or
they both owed her some level of loyalty, though. Like everybody, the aunt, you family. That's your family. Yeah, even you. But I mean, I think you walked it through a little bit differently. So I mean.
I feel like I owed her, and this is a public apology in a sense. I owed her some type of loyalty because she disclosed how she felt to me about the things that had occurred within their relationship.
And you felt like you used it against her, or you used it to gain something?
No, I never used it against her, and actually, I never told her. And I'm a really honest person, so like afterwards, I felt really bad, and like I just didn't talk to him anymore.
Wait, so all right, this is a good question. So what made you decide that you wanted to sleep with him? Knowing all this, what did he have? What was his
chemistry? I was dating his chick.
And how did he become attractive to you? You were just like, you're attractive.
No, we were
Was
just
it a
like
drunk night?
we were like at bars and stuff and parties together. Like he still had a friendship in a sense to his ex-wife.
See, this is what girls always do. They always like say things happened, and y'all never tell me how it happened. Like y'all be like, we tripped and we fell on a dick. Like
We
how did?
all became friends at one time.
And then he made the first move. You made the first move.
Oh no, Mason. Okay, so he invited me out to his birthday party, and she wasn't going to the birthday party. She was invited, but she wasn't going. So I showed up to his birthday party, and I'm like partying with the people I'm with and stuff like that, and he's making sure he's catering to me and entertaining me, but he's in a party that's there for him. And afterwards, we just went back to his house.
Okay. Little liquor made it quicker.
Little liquor made it quicker back in those days. Yes, bang. Because after and then I felt bad, right? And it wasn't like a continuous type of thing. It's 2 or 3 times continuous.
Side panel is 2 or 3 times continuous.
Become continuous.
SP is 2 or 3 times continuous.
No, it's not continuous.
Oh, it's not continuous. It's not continuous. That's the side panel stamped it. It's not.
All right, side panel. That may come back to haunt you. Good luck with that.
No.
I only swiped my card 2 or 3 times. That's not continuous. I only bought 2 or 3 things. It's not continuously.
It took a lot out of me not to get that Telfeezy yesterday. Lord Jesus, it was a fire. But she's like, you don't need any more bags. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you have what?
You don't have any problems. You only did it 1 or 2 times. You only bought like 1 or 2 things.
Only bought, like 3.
Not a continuous problem.
Yo, no, so I don't think it was a continuous thing. I did feel bad about it. I didn't want her to no, I didn't tell her. And I think that's what kind of ruined it. Somebody else told her, like his family member told her.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did she ever find out?
Messy. That was messy boots.
Did somebody else that slept with him tell her?
No, it was actually like his blood cousin, but she was like very much so aware because she used to see us out together, so she knew I was her like friend, and she was just like,
"Is that her place to tell her?"
That was definitely not her place, but I guess that was like her family too, right? They were married. That was his cousin-in-law. I don't know.
I guess you're gonna find out down. You're gonna find out down the line that she slept with him too, and she was just a little bit jealous.
Now this is getting crazy, Lord.
I think that's what it is. She was motivated by the jealousy. She was like, I slept with him too. Like,
okay, wait. Not all chemistry is good chemistry. Her friends and family hate her, and so does her husband. Hell no. Listen, it was a horror story. It was a horror story, and I just fell right into that shit. So I was horrible. But that friendship was not able to be salvaged. I have definitely passed niggas through my crew though. Or we've definitely oh nah, take a joy on this ride, go joyriding, whatever. And that's because the same way that dudes be us ladies could be the same way. And I always say that. So we be passing y'all along too.
Yes.
It just do. So you need to always strive for a 5-star on your review.
5-star performance, so you can get repeat customers as well as recommendations, right?
Your name's on the line.
Every time. I can't get a B performance one time, no?
A B?
She said no, not a B.
Maybe an A-.
Jeez.
An A-. They be passing you along? How you be getting out there, side panel? They be passing you along the grapevine?
No, none of that.
No. Nope. Nope.
I have no comment.
I'm crying. Number 2. How do you address a friend or relative's partner overstepping their boundaries with you? I would definitely just be like, yeah, so you already know that I'm not even playing with you like that.
Yeah. I find that extremely disrespectful for somebody to actually do that. And it needs to be checked immediately. It gets checked by one, the person that's getting approached, and then you know, obviously by that person's partner. So if it's me and the girl that I'm speaking to and somebody disrespects her, like first she checks them and then she lets me know and I'm gonna check them too. But for you to feel comfortable, there's all kinds of disrespect for you to feel comfortable enough to actually overstep your boundaries. So in that scenario where she checks him and then she comes back to me, I think that he's the one that's being disloyal. If she's reciprocating this flirting or egging it on or trying to get more out of it, or she goes all the way with it, then obviously they're both to be blamed.
I don't think I just know that I don't give off that welcoming energy. Like I will not. That's welcome. I think that the
Is that an energy or is that just like
absolutely
shooting a shot?
Can a nigga know when he gonna fuck you? They say girls know when they gonna sleep with somebody. So do niggas know when they're able to fuck?
No, we shoot.
You don't think that niggas they just shoot? They just shoot their shot?
They shooting.
You don't think that side panel do men know when they're gonna sleep with somebody? Like if they can, or do they just shoot?
They don't care.
No, it's like, do you know? Like, do you know?
We don't know. We don't think anything is guaranteed.
Yeah, nothing is guaranteed, but I'm still going to crack.
I'm gonna try. See where it goes. Nah, y'all have full control of those scenarios.
Give off the flirty energy. Y'all might just be too blind or dumb to see it. Like
y'all think flirting is walking to the bathroom though. Like you said this before. You was like, yo, I walked to the bathroom. He should have known what was up. You walked to the bathroom? That is the energy that you gave off that he should have known he could hit because you went to the bathroom. I'll never forget that. You was like, I went to the bathroom, so he should have known it was good. I was like, what?
Look while I looked back,
like, what does that mean? You can make sure your drink was still on the table. I don't know what you're looking back at. That's not a good indication. Women are the worst flirts. Y'all are the absolute worst flirts. The worst. I think women are absolutely the worst flirts on earth. And y'all be thinking that y'all be flirting, and all y'all do is like stand there. Like y'all be like, I made eye contact. Why didn't he understand that man come over here? Why does that mean come over here?
Our eyes locked. We caught locking eyes.
Locked your eyes with the bartender too. Does that mean he could get it?
No, the bartender knew when I locked eyes with him, I was calling him over here to make me another drink. So come over here.
See all this nonverbal communication that y'all do?
Nonverbal communication is a form. It's the first line of communication besides actual communication.
It's one form of communication. Try using the others.
They dumb for real. You give a man F me eyes and he be oblivious. Yes, like they.
I am that man. I am who she's talking about.
Why would you be like, she got something in her eye? Why is she over there like?
Listen, I never assume. I'm not the guy that says every girl is trying to fuck. Like I'm not that guy. I know friends of mine that are like, oh, she's trying to fuck.
You don't feel the fuck me energy. Like you never feel it. Like you just don't know.
I think I'm flirtatious, so I think people are flirtatious to me, and I don't really read into it too much. So I will say things and do things, and you'll think that I'm trying to hit, and I'm just trying to get the hookah. So,
oh my God, not the hookah,
just the hookah. Just pass the hookah. I'm being nice. We're having a conversation. Doesn't mean I'm trying to hit. I'm just trying to get the hookah. So I'm self-admitting that I am not the best with taking those hints. Walking away is not a hint to me. Looking at me is not a hint. I'm tall. You're gonna look at me anyway.
How do you want to be told? Like,
how about you tell me? You're a very handsome man. Like compliments. The same way a guy approaches you. How does a guy approach you? Right?
What if I just want to say you're handsome, but I don't really want to fuck you? Like what? I mean, like you know what I'm saying? Like what if I just want to be like you're handsome, but not really like.
But that's a better start and a better flirtatious things. Compliments is guys like compliments too, not just women. Compliments aren't exclusive to women, but y'all are finding it harder and harder over time to actually give compliments. But there's a new set of women that are very straightforward. That's like I want to fuck right now. They are those women, yes, but I'm not even talking about those women because they're a different breed and they do other shit. So shout out to them because they always get me. but it's the other women that are interested that are a little bit more subtle, that are a little bit more quiet, that just do nothing to flirt with you, that think they're doing everything.
I guess.
He said, I guess.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you. When's the last time you gave side panel a compliment?
I give her compliments every day.
Yeah.
When's the last time you got a compliment from side panel?
Every day.
10 seconds ago, before you went on air, your makeup
Oh my
looks
God,
good.
she did not. Don't you always big her up way more than like no.
I'm
Listen,
just saying, compliments goes both ways, ladies. That's all I'm saying.
how do you address a friend or relative's partner for overstepping boundaries with you? You let them know I'm not here for it. I'm not here for this shit. Don't play with me. Don't try me. And you know what? I'm about to go tell my person so they can check you too. Because now Rico or somebody got to come outside. And then who's more disloyal in this situation? Your friend, relative, or your ex? I think it depends on how the scenario plays out. If you don't tell your person about the person that overstepped their boundaries, you can be considered as disloyal. The person, if it's their friend or their relative, absolutely they are disloyal. But I think this is one of those things where it's kind of like blood is thicker than water. So I feel like the relative, but it depends on how close you are with that relative. Like, are they your second or third cousins? Are they your fifth cousins twice removed? They might not really fuck with you like that. They might not fuck with you the long way. But then in that case, your friend is the one that's more disloyal. So I guess I'm kind of on the fence with that one. I'm like, it's misdepends. Like,
They're both disloyal.
Everybody's disloyal.
Yeah, you disloyal if you are in any way, shape, or form connected to me, and you are not like revealing that information. Yeah, both disloyal.
Okay. Trying to figure out why my Facebook didn't load and why. Where's everybody at?
Having some technical issues.
They're having technical issues.
Technical issues. This time it's not us, it's them.
I know. Question number 3. How do you react to your friends, partners' flirty or friendly behavior in public? What you mean? What you mean?
Like you see your homie's girl out and she's being friendly.
Oh. Wait, how are you supposed to react? I wish my niggas peoples would come and say something to me, talk about you being flirty. Baby, you better off calling my person. Take a picture, take a video. But no, yeah, no. It definitely depends on the person.
Is it their place to check you though? Like, is it their place to actually say something to you if you are being flirty? Or is it their place to your point, take a picture and send it to whoever they person is or they people is or whatever the case may be? Or better yet, you know what I'm saying? Just call them or next time you see him or her.
Because me, I'm the person that is going to let you know that I see you. That's one thing. I'll let you know, like, hey, how you doing? My presence is here. Like, I just want you to know. Maybe you thought you was in here by yourself. That's cool. But hey, I'm here. Now, if your behavior continues to continue, me, I'm the type that I will invite my friend or my relative out. Come check me here at this place.
You sending out the bad signal? Like, come check me right now
tonight, and then it's gonna be whatever after that. But if not, then I'm just gonna take a picture or video and send it. I mean, and that's it. And they can take from that whatever they want to take. Hey, I saw your girlfriend out. Oop. You can't make grown people do what they don't want to do, and you can't make them change like their behaviors if that's where they're at. Like, nobody can control anybody else. So no, I'm not.
You got one time for me to tell you. I'm gonna tell you one time. If you're one of those people that don't believe, I'm not gonna tell you 15 times. If I see your person out and I'm like, hey, listen, I don't think that person is whatever.
And trust
tell you once.
Trust and believe that person already displayed flirty behavior before. Like their person knows that they have the ability to be flirty or friendly. You understand what I'm saying? Like you can tell that about your partner. You don't think so?
I think so. I think you definitely know. You know who you in a relationship with.
Side panel friendly as hell.
But is that a bad thing? That may be a part of the personality of your person. Like, is that a bad thing? I think I'm a friendly person. I think I'm a talkative person. I think I'm engaging in conversation, and a lot of times it's harmless. So
Do you
to be
think
with me,
it's
you would
okay
have
to
to know
be
what type
okay?
of person I am.
Do you think it's okay to be flirty? Is there a difference between flirty and friendly?
No, I don't think there's a difference.
There's no difference.
I think it's interchangeable nowadays. I think flirty and friendly is interchangeable.
The same shit. If you're friendly, you're flirting.
No, that doesn't mean that. Why do y'all think that?
What do you think?
I don't think that friendly and flirty is the same thing. I think that flirty looks a lot different than friendly. Friendly could be like, oh, like, I don't know. A friendly, it just looks different to me in my mind. I don't know. So it's like, I'm being polite. I'm not being a bitch. I'm not being rude. I'm not coming off like nasty or anything like that. I'm just like, yeah, like you meet different people, you might have a conversation with them. There's nothing wrong with that. That's being friendly. Now, flirty, I think, is more so like we're building a chemistry. Flirty means building chemistry. Like you giving me the inkling that I could actually take this to another level with you. You could be friendly with somebody and still draw a line in the sand and maintain boundaries and be respectful to your relationship.
I think you can do both and still be respectful to your relationship, as
You
long
can
as it
be
doesn't go.
and you can
Yeah, as long as it doesn't go further.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. Okay,
I'm saying that. This is me taking all the heat. This is all me. I'm taking all the heat. No, but I think I think
but
that
no,
I think
you
you
gotta
can.
think about it because no.
No, I think you can walk up to somebody and you can have a conversation and it can seem flirtatious because you have that sexual chemistry and it seems flirty. And it's just being friendly. If we're not exchanging numbers, this conversation ends here, this situation ends here. There's nothing more than that. Then we walk away. In some cultures, you ever been to a Caribbean party and they like I just saw this meme the other day, and they basically just saw two Caribbean people whining on each other, and it was like, this leads to nothing. These two people will never see each other again. And the way they're grinding on each other is the biggest thing. That's flirty as hell, right? That's friendly as hell. That's everything as hell. Those two people ain't never, ever gonna see each other again. That doesn't go anywhere.
Caribbean parties is something different, okay?
I'll give you another example. Remember we talked about Ari dancing on her people. She was dancing on the people.
Yeah, but that person's gay.
We're not gonna go there. She was
changed.
dancing on somebody, and that's all she thought it was is dancing, and she was on her way.
Like that's her. Like that's like the sis.
She danced on somebody, and she walked away. There was no. It looks sexy. Didn't it look sexy as fuck?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really looking at sis like that. Like, okay, you looking sexy.
You never looked at Ari.
I'm naturally flirty, but that's because I'm.
She changed the subject.
As long as boundaries are established in the flirt, if that makes sense. I wish you were here to, dive a little deeper, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, naturally flirty.
That's what Mason's saying. My rude ass.
I'm naturally flirty,
but that's because I'm friendly. As long as the boundaries are established in the flirt, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that means. Tell her to elaborate.
Elaborate more via side panel. But Mason elaborated on it. He's basically saying that we can
have an interaction. It could be flirtatious, and it'd be absolutely.
Flirtatious means like you can possibly hit, like, or we can build some type of chemistry. Like we might be able to go.
What's a flirtatious conversation to you?
One that leaves a person thinking that it can lead to something.
Give me an example. Give me a specific example. What would you say? What would somebody say to you that's a flirtatious conversation? Hey, what's going on? I like the bun in your hair today. Like, is that flirtatious?
Thank you. Is that friendly?
No, that was thank you. You had mad attitude to it. But if you said thank you, But if you said
thank you
four and
so
you say
much.
thank
Yeah,
you,
I normally do my I normally have a weave in, but this is my infamous Kori bun, you know, and I just have to throw myself together. But thank you. You really made me feel really good about myself.
you being extra, you would never say all that shit. You being that extra, but okay.
Was that friendly or flirty?
That was friendly. That was very friendly, and it was still a little flirty. You know, you made me
what
feel.
was flirty
You
about
made me feel.
You made me feel really good about myself today. Thank you so much for that compliment.
That's extra. You could have left that out and said everything else.
Like a platonic flirtation. LOL. It don't make sense, but it do.
It do.
I guess. I'm gonna go with I guess.
You definitely can. You can. You could say, hey, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, when two people have chemistry, even the smallest things become the biggest thing. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue on. Passing me the hookah could be a very flirtatious thing.
Smoking the hookah can be a flirtatious thing.
Smoking the hookah could be a flirtatious thing. It means nothing. Means nothing. It's friendly. It's flirtatious. When we're passing the hookah around, we're having a conversation, right? Does that mean we're flirting?
You was looking real flirty when you was passing that hookah around. I'm not even gonna lie.
How, Sway?
Wasn't he looking flirty when he was passing that hookah around? He was bouncing around. He was on the job looking flirty. He was looking like.
Tell me how that looks flirty.
He was flirty. I don't know.
Tell me how that looks flirty.
It was just looking flirty because you were over there talking and you were like, you know, engrossed in the conversation.
I specifically kept saying that hookah situation so you would say what you're saying right now, and I wanted to know more. So tell me more. How does that look flirty?
But I feel like you was trying to like shoot your shot a little bit.
How?
You shot it with it was like whoosh, and you was
so that would have been incredible because there was two sisters and a friend, and I'm sitting there trying to shoot my shot at the entire crew.
All I'm saying, there was two different baskets on two different sides of the room. I saw you shoot your shot.
It was one hookah. One hookah.
Oh no, this wasn't just about the hookah. This was now I'm starting to get into the flirty, friendly.
What exactly? Now I'm using that as an example. Nothing about that was in any way, shape, or form flirty to a next level. It was just a friendly situation, right? Passing a hookah. No, but it could be taken as flirty.
If anybody would have been willing to say, hey, you know what? I really liked our conversation tonight and I want to see where this goes, you wouldn't have been open or interested?
No, I would have been like, subscribe to Hush Your Mouth and make sure you check out the podcast. What's your favorite podcast? Which one have you seen? None? You've seen none. We can't have a further conversation.
LOL, I can say hi to a stranger and now I'm being flirtatious. Some people have a natural sex appeal that draws people in and that can be seen as flirty. Yes. So
apparently I'm flirting with pass the hookah. Pass the hookah, please.
No. So I have a natural sex appeal that when I have a natural sex appeal. So when and first of all, this is a power and we need to probably get into that episode because sex appeal is absolutely a power and people need to harness their sex appeal, but that's a whole nother conversation. But you also need to know how to turn it on and turn it off. I didn't realize that I had this sex appeal, and I guess I was in that space where you are saying you are, Mason, and you were like flirty and friendly. I guess I was flirty and friendly at this time because
with no intentions.
With no intentions. I really didn't have any ill intentions, but they always led me to bad places though. Like that's how I was like a serial cheater. Like I just ended up there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I just feel like those type of things have to be kind of like addressed, right? And you have to know how to use them in the right way, depending on your situation. If you're with someone, you got to turn down that sex appeal that you naturally have.
How do you turn down your natural sex appeal? How do you turn down your natural?
Be mindful of it that people can get the wrong idea.
By saying hello, by
just while you walking in the room and you smiling a little too much, yeah, and you're like, oh, hey, you want to talk to everybody. No.
That's turning it up or turning it down. That's turning it down.
No, the no was turning it down. No, don't just walk into the room and talk to everybody.
Man, that's a part of your job. You have to walk
Like,
into
what are
a
you
room
saying
and
hi
talk
to
to
a
other people.
stranger for? Why do you feel like you want to say hi to this person? Like, that's
So-
called being easily accessible, because now you've opened up a doorway, like, for a stranger to be able to come and like approach you. You make yourself look available in that
So
way.
you shouldn't say hi.
Not to everybody. Say hi to the person that you might sit next to at the bar and say, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm about to
A
sit
general hey to everybody in the room.
You know what I mean? I don't mean no harm or something like that. Like, you know, I'm just, I'm about to take a seat, but hey, like that. I'm that type of person. I'll say that. I don't know.
That's you turning down your sex appeal?
Absolutely. I turn down my sex appeal in different ways, but that's again another conversation. But yeah, addressing and reacting to your friend's partner being flirty or friendly in public, you're only saying something one time. You're saying something to your friend one time.
I'm saying something depending on the reaction. If they are adamantly against what I'm giving them as far as information, you got to know when to, that person's in love and they need to fall a little bit. You're not gonna believe nothing you say. You're probably gonna make it worse for yourself, and y'all gonna have a falling out over something that is nothing to really do with you. So here's what happened. Take the information, don't take the information. If you're saying thank you, I appreciate that, then I know that, all right, next time I see something, I can say something to you. If you're like, nah, that's not my girl, like, man, Kori would never do that. Nah, my girl, nah, never. Then I know, all right, I'm not even going. Next week when I see her with 5 legs on the table or some shit, I'm not going.
What? Not 5 legs?
2 of hers, 2 of his, 3 of his, whatever.
Hey, what?
So
not 5 legs on the table. That don't even add up. Somebody's missing something.
you got 3, she got 2. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm weak. Okay. Question number 4, because you're bugged out. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. Can you marry someone that was previously sexually active with your best friend or brother or sister? Well, I will say, and this was back in those times, right? When I dated those brothers, we were actually like gonna have like a family together and so on and so forth. That's why I know it wasn't like, a pass along type of thing. Like, yeah, like we were like there. I don't know if that makes a difference. Like, would you procreate with the person that slept with?
No.
No?
I think it's way easier for women. Like I always say, women are built differently. Y'all could walk in a room with 3 guys that y'all slept with recently and be cool as a cucumber. A man walks in a room with 2 girls that he slept with and he's sweating, and we don't have any type of control with that.
Men be still having stuff going on and doing little slick shit in the background, and that is why.
Yeah, it's that we're nervous. We don't know what to do.
No. Men be still having little side conversations, making little innuendos to the chick, but that was the past chick, and now you don't know how to have these 2 chicks in the room. They don't know how to control and walk the room. Like, a woman has already set the standard and her boundaries in a way that both of them could be in the room, and she knows how to be able to hold it down, and they both understand what the fuck is going on in here. Very rarely.
Go ahead.
Very rarely is it that you find someone that, like those girls, like, okay, like those situations that we hear about, like on the news, where it's like a triangle or some crazy shit. That's somebody not keeping it all the way real with somebody else, or either both people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not being honest with both of these people. Or it could be the really far end of it, which is like, you did keep it real, you kept it too real, and now this nigga just want to kill everybody. It's one of those type of things. So you just gotta be mindful and know, how Speedy say, know your personnel. Know your personnel.
I totally agree, but I think women are way better. You're absolutely right. Women are way better.
Could I personally marry like a partner for me that was sexually active with my best friend, brother, or sister? Absolutely not. Like, just not for me. It's not for me. And then not. So while that was okay for them, and that's the thing people got to know about people too. Some shit be cool for other people, but it's just not okay for you. So while you was willing to accept that, I'm not willing to accept that. That's not who I want to, like, you know what I mean? Or settle, rather. I'm not willing to settle for that.
I agree with you. I could never do that. I could never marry someone that has sexually been involved with my best friend or my brother or sister or anybody that's that close to me. I think that at that point it becomes too much. It would never go that far though. We wouldn't even be dating. We wouldn't do anything beyond highs and buys. So it would never get to a point where it could even possibly be a marriage situation or a long term anything. Because nah, she
I
can
think with
choose.
everything, you always just gotta be real mindful of your personnel. Like, oh, this whole situation is knowing your relatives, knowing your exes, knowing your friends, knowing your siblings, and just know your personnel. Like,
This was a scene or a scenario about a week ago. So it's a lady and her husband, and this lady's husband sleeps with her mother and her sister. And it was a
yeah,
whole big thing. And they
I'll
was
text you
like, you know
that.
what, stay out of our business.
I
She
sent
does
you
this to keep
that.
him happy.
Yeah, she put it on the internet. I sent it to you, right? And I was like, this is crazy because she said, I let my husband. She said, do you know how I keep my husband happy?
Uh-huh.
I let him have my mom a few times a week. I let him have my sister a few times a week. And it was just like, I I'm gonna just say that.
Listen, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of us out there doing some things that you wouldn't think that we would normally do.
No,
And I'm not kink shaming anybody. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm saying
that's
I
not
could
a
never
kink.
do that.
You think that's a kink?
That's like you don't think that's a kink?
That's not a kink.
Sleeping?
And we need to stop. We need to. That's not a kink. I will never kink shake.
I am not shaming anyone's sexual appetites or bedroom decisions.
Okay, well, from my point of view, for
That's
me,
not a sexual appetite or a bedroom decision.
I just think that that is like completely immoral. Like I wouldn't, me personally, I couldn't let my husband stop here. You want to sleep with Nana? You want to sleep with Nana? Stop Nana? Nah. She used to say my mom was fire.
Would you sleep with side panel, sister?
No,
You better say that with
no,
more
that is my
conviction.
sister. I look at
Shout out to Kelly changes the
no.
rules.
Shout out to Kelly changes the rules. No, that's my sister. So I look at her like that's my sister. Like
And
I
that's the
don't
way it's
look at her
supposed to be.
in that way. So, but I think is it different for men? Because apparently, I mean, he's her husband. So does that change it?
Listen, I think again, it's each his own. For me, as sister, mother, I don't know. I don't know. That's not my thing. But it's not totally strange. I do know women that are okay with sleeping with a man and a man's father. So adding a brother wouldn't be that far fetched for me. So the
Are you?
other day, Jasmine Sullivan posted, "Tell me some things, and I won't tell anybody." And some of the things that people were telling her on those posts where I slept with my boyfriend's father or I slept with my boyfriend's daddy, and that was a repeat thing that came up. So more people are doing it than we know.
And now back in my vindictive days, I would say like, no, I would sleep with that nigga's dad if he played with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You
don't
did
play.
it, or you would?
No, I was saying that I would. None of
Oh,
my
okay.
niggas
You never
had
did it. Good
dads,
job.
so
Good job. You never did it.
yeah, but none of my niggas had dads, so I couldn't sleep with nobody's dad. So
Not because you wouldn't, but because they didn't have one available. Their fault.
they had no daddies.
You don't got no daddy. I can't even take advantage.
I can't even take advantage of you this way because now I gotta like put your toothbrush in the toilet bowl or something. But imagine like I can't picture if like this comment says if my husband slept with a stranger, I would burn this house down. My family, this 22 going off. Amen. Yeah, no, even though we do not promote violence here on Hush and Mouth. I agree.
Said everybody's getting it.
Yeah, no, because I cheating is absolute. But you know what? I battle with myself because it's my natural self, right? Who's like, no, cheating is absolutely no. And I agree with my rude ass in the comments. But as my grown up,
mature self,
my daughter taught me the rainbow. She's like, so when me doing the rainbows and stuff, I don't want to burn the whole house down, and I don't want the 22 going off. I'm just going to leave your ass.
That's very mature. I'm glad, you know, clap it up for you for your maturity and your growing.
I'm
becoming a better person over the years.
If you sleep with my mom, I'm leaving. If you sleep with my sister, I'm definitely leaving. Like, I'm just leaving. I'm leaving. And my sister, I'm just going to beat your ass.
Your sister's a wild one, so she's sleeping with...
I have 4 sisters.
Well, I'm talking about one specifically.
I know.
If he's sleeping with her and you, he deserves to have his ass beat.
We might jump.
Fuck him up. I may join in. Fuck him up.
So mature. I wish I could, cuz till death do us part, they say. Yeah, I cannot.
Like, I'm bringing on the death.
Oh, we're speeding this thing up right here, right now. Speeding it up.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. That's what we had here on Hush Your Mouth today. So we want to thank you guys for joining us. Y'all already know y'all can find me at limit_squeeze3 on Instagram. And y'all already know y'all can find me here every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:15. Log in to your YouTube so that you can comment in the comment boxes below. Also, Team Mason TV on Facebook. And Mason, where can they find you? Flirting.
As always, flirting.
Flirting.
As always, you can find me at YNVS_it's Mason. On Instagram. You can find me every week here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We chopping it up. Make sure you also follow us on IG, Hush Yo Mouth _ENT. Trying to build up that page. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, share. Can you guys
share? If you're on right now, just go out and like this video. Come back in, like this video.
Share. Please
share it.
Anyway, so we gonna see y'all on Thursday here on Hush Your Mouth. And yeah, I enjoyed myself today with you, Mason. We had a really good conversation. So until next,
I found out some things I didn't know about you. So I'm like, oh my God. And
it's so fucked up because I'm like the little sister, so it's like, oh my God, Kori, like you've come such a long way. I'm so proud of you.
Oh man, I'll be disgusted with some of these stories, but I'll let you rock.
I know.
You're like, yo, stop talking like that.
Listen, you know the motto: speak out or hush your mouth. Until next time.